Hey guys, Radical Improvements here. Today I've got a special treat for you. This is an interview with a former consulting client of mine. I really enjoy making content for this channel and I enjoy writing for my blog and making style guides. But the one thing I enjoy more than anything else is coaching guys one on one. It's a service I offer on my website. You can find links to my testimonial and coaching page down below. But for now, enjoy this interview with a former consulting client of mine.
How has everything been in terms of your wardrobe since we did our consultation? Because we sat down and I tried to walk you through as much as possible, but I'm always anxious when I send someone off with like the information as to how they're going to roll with it.
Yeah,
Fortunately, I got to see through a mutual friend of ours who did a photo shoot for you. I did actually get to see kind of what you're wearing, so I do kind of know like casually what you're wearing. But how have you found moving on with the wardrobe?
yeah, it's been awesome. I think one is it's just funny because in some ways it actually seems like my wardrobe is like much simpler, or it's like much easier to kind of figure out what to wear in the morning. Like I do a lot more like monochromatic, like I'll wear all black, I'll wear kind of wear a smaller number of colors and a smaller number of staples. But I just find that like the reaction just from everyone in my life, or just like the girls I meet, has been like really fantastic. Like just like even my friends are just like, wow, you're like a lot more stylish now. Like you like they're like, wow, like this is all black look. This is like really cool and stuff. And yeah, similar kind of like compliments from girls and stuff. I feel like I get like a lot more looks, a lot more attention. It's like I feel like I'm doing less but standing out more, which is like a really good place to be.
Good, because I love hearing that. Because like there's so many like just like simplifications you can make, which just actually really help. And obviously, yeah, day to day, you want it to be a relatively simple choice in the morning. You don't want to be like, I don't know what to wear. So
Yeah.
I like it being simple, but also I love hearing that you get like compliments and stuff. That's so rewarding to hear that. It's not just from you that I've heard this as well. Not to like toot my own horn, even though this is a testimonial, but
Yeah.
like I've whenever I get someone come back to me and goes, "Yo, I had compliments. I've never had compliments before on my style." I'm like, thank God that my like advice is working, but also like I'm glad you got to like experience that because it's one of the coolest things. It's one of the coolest things about like improving your looks and improving your style you'll ever get beyond the success is just random compliments like that you've never really and especially if you've never really had them before. Have you has anyone said the glow up thing to you yet? Because I have had a couple of people who've been like, oh, it looks like you've had a glow up, stuff like that, which is a common expression these days.
I haven't heard that, but I did tell you I was just waiting in line at this coffee shop probably a few weeks ago, and someone's like, "Oh, you're like a model," and I was like, "Nah, man, just radical, you know. This is what he does." So I think even part of it's yeah, just when you have that look, like you have just all black clothing and stuff, and like you got your accessories and everything, like you kind of look like an Instagram influencer or something. It's funny.
Yeah, it's weird how guys need permission to wear black. I don't get like a lot of people seem to be scared of I did a video about this. Like some people seem scared of wearing black. Or they've been
Yeah.
told they don't suit it, which is stupid because everyone suits it, and they've been told it's like it has bad connotations with like I don't know, goths or whatever. But yeah, it's a cheat code, man. Black is an actual cheat code to looking like well, like a player, to be honest, as well as like yeah, an influencer.
Yeah, totally. So I think just lots of compliments, a lot more simpler, lot simpler. Like, and yeah, it's been a major level up.
Yeah, man. Do you like the accessories? Have you gotten used to wearing like every accessories most of the time now?
Yeah, so I got this necklace here. This so like I guess like a compass sort of necklace. I feel like I get like a lot of compliments on that. I was out a couple nights ago and I had some girl who like opened me just like by making a compliment on this necklace, which is pretty cool. Even the funny thing too is like my mom is kind of more like conservative and stuff, like more into traditional style, and like she saw this and she's like, oh, like that's really cool. Like I really like that necklace. And I was like, even her, she likes this too. And I got this bracelet as well
Nice.
from Etsy. So this has been another staple of mine. And I guess like the third one, this is something I've always kind of had is just this watch. It's just a citizen watch, just like kind of goes well with like, the all black clothing and stuff. So those are the three I've had. I haven't tried as much like the rings and stuff. Like I think having these three I've been pretty happy with. But yeah, that's been it's good to have the accessories for sure.
Yeah, upping your accessory count is a really good starting point because as you said, people notice it and people compliment and comment on it. And it's a great conversation starter. I can't tell you how many girls I've had like basically almost like feel up my chest because I'm wearing like a pendant, you know what I mean? And that's like
Yeah,
it's like not only has she basically like come towards you, it's like broken the touch barrier. It's like it's created something in conversation. I don't really approach like girls and dating in a particularly strategic way. But when stuff like that happens, you're like, oh, there's several things good that have happened here, and you know what I mean. And all of that's just come down to me wearing a pendant, which is mental. A lot of
totally.
guys like having rings on because then they can talk about their rings and the girl will grab their hand sometimes, stuff like that. There's small things like that as well. But honestly, I'm not doing it for any of those reasons. I just like the look of seeing accessories, and a lot of guys will not wear them. So it kind of gives guys an advantage who are willing to wear them like over other guys. So just for the fact that you're willing to wear those accessories, it probably puts you in the top 10% in any bar, like in terms of just like looking interesting. And
Yeah,
people are confused about what looking interesting means. It's more like, to me, it's more like your entire outfit. Like there's parts of things. It's like people think I wear like a flashy jacket and that's interesting. It's like no,
uh,
it's kind of like more of a vibe. It's more, that's what I like to say. It's more of a vibe about how you've dressed, and accessories are a huge part of that. Like yeah, so
totally.
so again,
Yeah,
it's like cheat codes.
no, it totally is. And the thing too, I mean, a few things I think are kind of interesting about the accessories, like especially like with the necklace and stuff, was I found that yeah, it's like such a small thing on the surface that makes such a massive difference. Like I feel like if you just have some accessories, it's like people and especially girls kind of look at you in just an entirely different way. Like they're just like, oh, this is like a cool guy. Like, it's, he definitely like seems to have a lot of confidence and stuff. And I'd say too, part of it I think is it's a personal thing as well. Like I think for me getting the necklace, like at first I felt kind of weird. Like it probably took me a week and a half to kind of just feel normal wearing it. I'm like, oh, what are people gonna say? Like this is not my normal style and stuff. And then like after that, I'm just like, yeah, this is way better. Like I would never take this off now.
Yeah, it's very normal. That's very normal. Like just like feeling weird about any new clothing. To be honest, like some people, like I used to feel weird about anything I bought. Like I was always you get like that buyer's remorse. I get way less buyer's remorse now, thankfully, because I have I have like a thorough understanding of what I'm going for when I go to the shop, so I kind of know. But you get buyer's remorse a little bit about like outfits when you put them on, like, and you get like,
Yeah.
oh, you're checking out, is your whole outfit like okay? But yeah, accessories become like a personalized part of you to some extent. Like the rings I'm wearing now are like the rings I wear all the time, pretty much. Like
Nice.
I even though they're kind of plain, but of my collection of rings, because I wear them the most, they're like the rings, they're like my rings, you know what I mean? They're the ones I actually like, I feel that the most I'm connected with, which is kind of that's a very woo-woo way of explaining accessories. But
Yeah.
there's definitely a personal attachment. I know, I get where you're coming from. Like I had a hat, which is the first hat I bought. So I met Andy, and he was like, dude, you need to see, I sort your style out. And I was like, right, I know what kind of hat I want to go and get. So I'm gonna go buy this cap. And I bought the best baseball cap I've ever bought. And I thoroughly hate the fact that I didn't buy two and get like spares, and it just kind of died over time. But like
Yeah.
I have so many memories tied to that, and I have so much like, I don't know, in personal, what's the word, isn't it? What's the word when you've got like an attachment to an
It's
object? Oh
it's
man.
not nostalgia
It's
or
not
like
nostalgia, it's sentimental
uh
value. There we go. Yeah.
sentimental value. Yeah.
I want guys to build sentimental value with shit that makes them look good. Do you know what I mean? I want you to have
Totally.
sentimental value. I want you to take the stuff which will give you an edge style wise and build sentimental attachment to it, because then you'll wear it more often.
I love that. No, it makes total sense. And I'd say there's a few items for me which very quickly kind of became staples, in addition to the accessories and kind of like, the other stuff I wear. One is just like the black jeans. So I just find that like I literally just wear those every day now. Like I'm like, why didn't I wear these sooner? Like I don't even like
Don't.
I rarely
Yeah.
wear blue jeans now. I'm just like black jeans are just better on every single dimension. So that's one. The Stan Smiths every day. I just like fucking love those sneakers. Those are fantastic.
Yeah, Stan
And
Smiths. The only problem
then
with Stan Smiths is that you can't walk in them forever. That's the only problem I found with Stan Smiths. You know, like if you go walking more than like 5 miles, you know about it. So it's like one of those. I like to switch between them and boots usually, just for that reason.
yeah,
Like
no,
practice.
that's true. You got,
Yeah,
they do have some limits, but I don't know. I just love the look of those, and especially how they work with all the other like different
yeah,
items I've got.
they're incredibly versatile.
And then the old school Vans as well. I really, really dig. So those ones like again just kind of go with a lot of different things. They look pretty stylish. It's just a cool shoe.
Nice. Yeah. Those are two great shoes. Like if all you wore was like swapping between those two shoes, you'd be fine as well. Because the beauty of the Stan Smith is just how like they suit like super casual and somehow suit smart as well. It's really weird. If you threw on like a white button shirt and you were wearing the black jeans and the Stan Smiths, it would work. And then if you threw on like a hoodie, that also worked. It's really weird how that just does it. It doesn't really matter what you throw on. The Stan Smiths are like the perfect. And also it's weird. It's good that you like the things you like the most are the versatile options. Because I think I said in a video before, I think black denim jeans are the most versatile clothing item ever, like at all. I don't think there's anything more versatile than a pair of black denim jeans. I haven't thought of anything. Like
Yeah,
you could push and say the black t-shirt maybe, but I don't know. I think the black denim jeans are way more just will go with everything. It's crazy, pretty much.
yeah. The black t-shirt is crucial as well. I'd say that was one. I especially probably the last year or two, I'd really gotten into just like rocking like the slim black tees and everything, and some white tees as well. But just like a few simple t-shirt styles that kind of go with a lot of different items. So I was wearing a lot of those, and it was awesome hearing from you where you're like, yeah, this is like part of a good wardrobe. But what's cool too is like with the Stan Smiths and the old school Vans in particular, for me, just like going out and like, I'd go to like clubs with some friends or like go to like cool bars and stuff. And like all the dudes who like look really just fucking cool, like they're like getting girls and stuff, like they're rocking these shoes as well, like, or they're wearing a lot of the stuff you talk about.
Yeah,
it's like
you've
he's
realized
on something,
I'm giving you like I'm teaching player style. That's basically what I'm
yeah,
doing. Like I to some extent, like what I recommend is what is not just like the stuff I like, it's what I've noticed guys who are good with girls wear. And
yeah,
like that's how I picked my original outerwear. Like the reason I bought like a Sherpa denim jacket with the fleece lining was because I saw popular guys in my scene. That's what they were wearing. That's what basically all the popular guys were wearing. And
totally.
you know what I mean? If you join them, there's nothing about, you know what I mean? It's not can't beat them, join them. It's just join them. I don't see that. I don't see, yeah, you know what I mean? Don't show too much pride or like or you can have originality. Like that's why I talk about the accessories. You can make originality in your outfits, but that doesn't mean you just don't ignore like popular items. That seems like such a silly logic, like line of logic for me anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So I don't know. I think I've definitely like it's cool like noticing these things finally. Like I feel like I would go out all the time before and like I just wouldn't really notice as much what people were wearing. And now I'm like, yeah, we're wearing the same thing, like
you can see the matrix. You can see the matrix now.
100%. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, 100%. It's sweet. Yeah.
I like to, because with like, I don't know, with marketing or whatever, you have to like break down what your benefits are and what your value is and that kind of stuff. And everyone was telling me, don't sell people on your value, sell them on benefits, whatever. But I know what my value is, because there is value that I won't necessarily tell people before they get it, which is that I can explain style to you. Like I can give you an understanding and a framework of how to look at it, but I'm not trying to sell that. That's just something you get for free. Yes. Almost in my yeah. It's a side benefit that you won't realize is useful until you've had it, basically.
Totally. Yeah, I think it's sort of like you learn to think about styles, then you can kind of dress yourself, or you can you'll know better kind of what to shop for in the future versus like you just saying like you get all these items and you're like, why do I get them? And you're like, I'm not telling you, like you give them the roadmap to then build a bigger wardrobe if they want.
Yeah, like that's what I'd rather do as well, because I can't babysit everyone forever. You know what I mean? I'll keep making content even, But
Yeah.
I don't want to have clients who are then like hitting me up every week, just like double checking items and stuff like that. It just doesn't make much sense. But yeah, I'll happily personalize shopping anymore, and that's fine. Obviously,
Totally.
I gave you a
Yeah.
ton of items, I think. So hopefully, we're not saying that I don't give people item recommendations, but you will be able to find your own stuff, hopefully, with like the information.
Yeah.
Which is good.
100%.
Yeah, it's the Style Academy. That's what I'm trying to build.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
And I want to emphasize that too. I mean, maybe this isn't quite the point you're making with the Style Academy, but I really think a key part of this as well is just like, it's really the type of style. Because I feel like like you kind of talk about like the player style, right? Like this is what the cool guys who are wearing these days are like rocking. And I think that I've followed some blogs before on fashion and style, or like downloaded some ebooks from different people and everything. And like one is like they kind of market it as just like this is style, like this is what to wear, like do this, do that. But often it's kind of for like it's like more formal, or kind of for like an older demographic. Like it's like, okay, wear these custom made like suits from this Italian brand, or like these boots, or like rock this sweater. And it's just like you just kind of look like a hip, like a well-dressed dad. And your style is like, look, this is how you look cool when you're like trying to go out and meet women, or just like you're a bit younger, right?
Yeah, that's where the reason for that, sadly, is that's where the money is. So like guys in their 30s, late 30s, who can afford the more expensive items will then give more. You get more in the way of affiliate. You get more in the way of probably be able to charge more as well. So younger guys don't have as much money to spend, and you know what I mean. So yeah, that explains a lot why a lot of style content is geared towards like basically a style that was more suitable for late 30s onwards. But yeah, it's not what I'm interested. Well, to be one, I haven't even got there yet. I'm just teaching the style that worked for me for getting girls, and for being. If you're trying to level up every area of your life to get your dating improved, you can't avoid style. And dressing like a 35-year-old is not going to help you, frankly. So you need to get it. Yeah, you need to dress like successful players now. And yeah, that's exactly what I try and teach. But yeah, I see a lot of the recommendations, and everyone's gearing it towards the areas where they're going to make the most money. And it just isn't, unfortunately, it just isn't the same demographic I'm aiming at, which is actually trying to help young guys who are a bit lost when it comes to dressing themselves to get girls. Is what it is, man. Trying to help.
It's better for you. Better for you though. It's like like you actually have a unique niche that I think is very underserved. So it's a good place to be in.
Yeah, hopefully I can give as much free advice as I can. But if anyone wants to jump in, I hope James will give me a ringing endorsement.
100%, absolutely.
Nice, man. Nice. So to wrap up, I would say you're definitely one of the guys I was excited, because when I heard your review somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like I think you emailed me, but I hadn't heard about your little you got told you look like a model comment. I was so happy to hear that. So yeah, to wrap up, I'm really fucking happy to hear that it's worked out for you in terms of like fixing your image, and you got so much feedback on it as well. That's fucking fantastic. And by the sounds of things, you've taken what I gave you, and you haven't wasted it either, from what I've heard anyway. So fucking top.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, there's still more work to be done, but I feel like I've already like majorly leveled up. Like, and I feel like I have, like you said, I've learned to learn. Like I have a good framework for like, okay, as I continue to build my style, this is kind of the roadmap. So I feel good about that.
Yeah, you don't feel out of place in New York anymore, I hope, as well. Sometimes I've heard from New Yorkers, they sometimes felt out of place, like not knowing how to dress. You know what I mean? Especially in places like New York. Yeah. Like
no, I feel like I'm good now. Which is a good place to be. Yeah.
A mutual friend of ours who lived in New York said, I think you might know what I'm talking about, but he said that he felt like he joined like the fashionable side of New York after he got help from me, and he was always like, and he's like you, he's now noticing other people's outfits and like what other people are doing, and like you live in one of the fashion capitals of the world, so there's like no better place to really be like observing that kind of stuff. So yeah,
I feel the exact same way, and like I kind of just look at sort of the average person now, and I'm saying, they don't really know what they're doing. There's like a lot of inconsistency, or like there's not really a solid style there, and like I feel like I do have one, which I appreciate.
No worries, man. All right. Well, anyone needs any help, hit me up. And
Radical's the guy.
you'll have as good results
All
as
right.
James here, hopefully. All right. What's up, boys?